Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joshua Hines, and this is
Jason Hines,
and this is Construction Junction. All right, so we're still working on our quarantine bathroom project, and we're moving right along. Now we ended up the last video where we repaired the floor here, the plywood, to take out the damaged plywood, and we put in new plywood. And screwed that down, and now we're to the point to where we're going to put our hardy board down. We got some finishing to do, and we're going to start putting this tile floor down. Now the tile is going to match all of the gray tile that we have all the way around. So it's going to be the same tile on the floor, that 1 foot by 2 foot tile, and it should match. It should look beautiful in here once we finish. But we need to make sure the structure is the way it needs to be. Like we talked about, we're going to use 1/2 inch hardy board. Other than that, you know, we're going to go ahead and get to it, get it done, get it moving. Let's get this video started. Alright, I just wanted to take a second real quick to show you what we've been talking about in terms of how we're going to deal with this floor. You can see this is the plywood section that we've had screwed off 100% on all the joists. Now we're putting down our hardy board here, and you can see this is going to be a whole nother layer on top. Remember, we have 1/2 inch plywood here, which is real flimsy and real bouncy. But we're going to add another 1/2 inch of hardy board down, and we're going to screw that down to the joists as well. So what that's going to do is give us that 1 inch thick of dense material that'll then take away that bounce in the floor in this area. You know, like we said in the previous video, most of the times we like to go with 3/4 over this, and that will solve the problem. But this is 1 inch, so this is a little thicker. But it's 2 steps, so 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch gets us to 1 inch, and we're back to a solid floor. So you can see what we're gonna have here. I just wanted to point that out real quick in case you were doing this at your house. You can see exactly how we're doing it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this down, get it screwed down 100%, and then start on the tile.
overnight it dries, so now we can step on it. And then we put in spacers so we could space out the tiles. And as you can see from there to there, you can see the brick pattern keep going up. And yeah, and now we have to pick up the thin set that's like above the tile so we can grout. And hope the grouting goes well this time.
All right, so we have the floor grouted. You can see the grout is still dark. You can barely see it in there right now because it's really wet, so it's like a dark gray. But it's gonna lighten up the same color as the wall there, and it's really gonna pop nicely. And you'll be able to see our step pattern, like you see it there on the wall. It's gonna pop once all this grout dries here. So we've installed the grout. We wiped it down twice so far. Typically, you want to wipe it down 3 times, but at this point, we're going to wait until it dries completely, and it's going to haze over a little bit. You can see it starting to haze right there. It's going to haze over, and then we come back with a dry microfiber cloth and just clean it up, and then it's going to look fresh just like that there. This is what it looks like. You see, we got our complete floor done. We got our white marble threshold here. All right, so that's gonna bring this video to a conclusion. And you can see where we're at right now. We got the main part of this bathroom done. We got this floor down, so now we're back to a nice level, solid surface here. You can see now we're to the point that we're gonna start thinking about putting things back in. The great thing is most of the hard work is done. One other item that we do need to do next is going to be the baseboard. Now on this project, instead of using a wood baseboard, we're going to use a tile baseboard capped with some Schluter material, and we'll talk about that in the next video. Some of the things I'm seeing here that I do want to do, we're probably going to switch out this water valve right here, just because it's old. You know, everything else is going to look fresh, nice and new. So we're probably going to want to have that looking nice and new. Over the years, it's just been tarnished. The ones that's underneath of the sink, they're not leaking, so we're going to keep them as is, just because it's not in view. So it's not necessary to change them at this point. Obviously, we're going to change that to a GFI. We talked about that. And we're pretty much set up. Finishing wise, we have like 2 more coats to put on this, and then once they're dry, we'll be ready to sand and paint. We haven't selected a paint color yet, so I guess that's one thing that we got to do. I'm thinking about a light gray. You know, I'm not 100% sure. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Remember, our vanity is a dark gray bottom with a white top. So let us know what you think as far as paint color. Typically, in this type of situation, whatever the clients, you know, if they have a favorite color, you can utilize it in this. If you just go really, really light tone of whatever color they like, because this is gray tile, mostly any color is going to match, you know, nice with this. And like I said, there's going to be plenty of light in here, so you don't have to be worried about it feeling small. But for me personally, I think a light gray is really going to set this off. but we'll talk to the family and see which way they want to go with it. So we're coming right along. And just keep in mind, we're pretty much just doing this project on Saturdays and Sundays. You know, I'm still working throughout the week. So, but these projects do take time, as you can see. It's moving along, but it's moving along at a pace. We're pretty much doing like pretty much a day and a half on the weekends, working inside his bathroom. Again, you know, Jason is doing a great job along the way. He's really learning a lot. I hope he's having fun. But he's really working hard, and we're gonna get this thing done. Another thing, soon we're gonna have some merch out. People have been asking about Together We Create shirts, and we will have these up for sale very soon. So keep a lookout for our merch drop, and we're also gonna add a few other designs in. We also gonna have the hats, and we're gonna do some other colors this year. So just keep an eye out for that. We will be dropping merch, so if you want us to support the channel, I appreciate it. We will notify you on Facebook, Instagram, and also on the YouTube channel when we're gonna drop. Other than that, you know, this project's coming along nicely. Can't wait to get it done so I can move on to the next. I have so many plans that I want to do in this bathroom. Well, not only in this bathroom, but in this house in general. That's going to be coming up. We're just going to keep going. We're going to have this as one big, large build series. And I'm working in my own house so you can see in real world terms, like where things are and how they can be improved. Because that's what we're all about. We're all about creating spaces, making things better, and just, you know, being creative. That's our goal, and that's what we're going to do even here at our own house. So stay with us. Don't forget to subscribe, tap that notification bell so you get every new video listing that comes up. Stay with us, watch us, comment, share. Share the video on your Facebook, on your Instagram, so we can spread this message to everybody, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to show. Because I believe everybody should be able to work on their house or improve it, even if you use other people to help you along the way. But you have a great idea of what the possibilities are and some of the materials that you can use. So stay with us, follow us, stay with us. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the support. God bless.